Whoa. Fire. Yeah. You kick. Yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Path of Exile 2. At time of recording we are 1 day 23 hours from getting our hands on the next chapter of POE. And I gotta say, you don't see a ton of marketing from GGG, but the social media posts, Reddit, X, YouTube, Twitch, I mean, this game has so much hype. I actually haven't seen anything like this, maybe ever. I mean, I guess maybe D4 launching, but that was behind a massive marketing machine of Blizzard. As far as word of mouth, I mean, this might be the biggest I've literally ever seen. So that is super exciting. Now, yesterday, POE 2 dropped the ascendancies for the game, and we're going to specifically talk about minions during this video. Now, before we jump into it, announcement. My community, since the subathon has ended, has been asking me over and over and over and over again if I'm going to have another event for Path of Exile 2 on Friday. We talked about it all day yesterday. We did some polls, and we have decided that which week will be kicking off on Friday, December 6th. This is not a subathon, but we are going to dedicate 7 days to the witch. We plan on making a splash in the content creation market for the witch. I've got an entire team behind me that's going to be breaking down numbers and spreadsheets and testing, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So for 7 days starting on POE 2 launch, we're going to have events and different things we're going to be doing for Witch Week. And yes, that is my wife cooking me. I don't know. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Witch Week kicks off December 6th. All right. So let's jump right into this with Path of Exile 2. So this is what went out yesterday. Now, I can't confirm or deny this, okay? Rumor has it that there is other NDA'd creators that started leaking information. And because of that, Path of Exile said, screw it, we're just going to drop all the ascendancies, which honestly, I'm okay with. This is one of the only permanent decisions inside of POE right now. So, and for POE 2, so I guess it's nice to actually know what you are going to use. But of course, you can always go in blind. At the start of early access in Path of Exile 2, each of the 6 character classes will have 2 ascendancy classes available. To help you choose your path, we're revealing all 12 ascendancies in this post. And for this video, we are going to be talking about the Witch class, but more importantly, the Infernalist. Now, I just want to be clear. We're not talking build guides. We are not talking tier lists. Me and my team behind me, this is what we're going to be testing. This is what we're going to go after. And there is going to be 1 of 1 trillion ways to use minions, okay? But with the information we currently have, it looks like this is going to be one of the most straightforward paths. And again, that is the witch around the Infernalist. We're going to try and recreate that magic of fire necro from last epoch inside of Path of Exile 2. So here's the breakdown of the ascendancy. The first thing we're going to do is take these 2 nodes right here. This is Minion Life. It's going to give you Minion Life. And then you're going to unlock your Loyal Hellhound. Grant skill, summon Infernal Hound. 20% damage from hits taken from your Hellhound's life before you. So basically your Hellhound's going to give you 20% DR. And it's a minion, so you're going to be able to support this with support gems as well. First thing we're going to take for our Infernalist is our Loyal Hellhound. Now the second thing we're going to do is we're going to take the tree that goes right down. And what we're going to do is we're going to take Chromatic Pack, but more importantly, we're going to come to the left here and get Bringer of Flame. While not on low Infernal Flame, all damage from you and your allies contributes to Ignite chance and Magnitude. So now we're going to get a boost to our Ignite and our Magnitude for our minions. Now you get 8 Ascendancy points, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which leaves you 2 more. And we are just going to come to the right and grab Seething Body. While on high Infernal Flame, you and your allies in your presence gain 20% damage as fire damage. So again, very easy, very straightforward. We're going to have a Loyal Hellhound. We're going to be boosting our Ignite and Magnitude, and we're going to be boosting our overall fire damage. So that is the plan at least testing wise, for when we are starting our journey with Path of Exile 2. Now, honorable mention, okay? Taking the tree to the left here, which will cost you 1, 2, 3, 4 ascendancy points, so half of everything you're going to get is will. Reserves 25% of life, 1 maximum spirit per 25 maximum life. Now, I was talking with the community. What's a good amount of life? Some people said 3,000, some people said 4, some people said 5. So we just went right in the middle. If you have 4,000 life and you take the will node, this is going to give you an additional 160 spirit. So when you're talking about having stronger minions, when you talk about having a much larger minion army, we're going to have to see what that 160 spirit would do for you. Because if that grants you another 5, another 6, or another huge strong minion, you never know. It might be better to not take the fire damage. You would still want the Hellhound and actually get the boost to your spirit. So we are going to have to test that as well. So that's the plan for the Witch Infernalist that we are going to be testing as a community, as a team on Friday for the start of Witch Week. Now, I'm going to go over a couple of skills as well that we are excited for. And again, this is very general information. Most people already know this, but I'm going to throw out a little more here. So moving over to actual skills. So the first one I want to talk about is the Skeletal Arsonist. Again, we are talking about recreating Fire Necro, which means all of our minions are focused around fire. Summons a bomb-throwing revival skeleton arsonist that can detonate other minions on command. Detonates an allied minion whose current life is below a threshold, dealing heavy damage to nearby enemies. Deals 10 to 20 fire damage. So, I mean, pretty straightforward. This one will eat your other minions to get stronger, and it is a fire-throwing skeleton. The Arsonist. Second thing I want to talk about is a build that I always liked when I used to play POE, and that is SRS with Raging Spirits. Now, Raging Spirits has changed for POE 2. It is now a buff, and it triggers off your fire spell. So, for example, when you use a fire spell, you will also trigger a Raging Spirit. You're not just producing Raging Spirits. Minions from the skill convert 70% of physical damage to fire damage. Limit to 10 summoned Raging Spirits, maximum of 5 spirits summoned per spell cast, which is really, really nice. And obviously, you probably guessed it. Yes, this is also a fire minion. Now, keep in mind, we still don't have access to all the skills and all the support gems, and we still don't know anything about the uniques out there. So there could be some cool conversions or some stuff that we don't know about. Again, very general information we are talking about. Now, you still have to have a fire skill to actually trigger your Raging Spirits. So you can come up here and just grab something very easy like Fireball, and you can just literally cast Fireball, but really what you're doing is casting Raging Spirits. Or you can go with something a little more spicy. So we want to test out Detonate the Dead, which is a fire spell skill. This is a fire spell skill. Deals 28 to 40 fire damage, causes a corpse to violently explode, damaging surrounding enemies. Now, the question always pops up is that if you can't generate corpses, then you can't generate Raging Spirits. In a boss fight, what are you going to do? Totally fair. This is what we were discussing yesterday on stream when we were doing our witch research. So yeah, you got to have a way to ensure that you could generate tons of corpses, but having a bunch of fire minions, having a Hellhound, and then being able to detonate the dead with the fire explosion, which releases SRS, just sounds like so much fun. Last but not least, we are talking about, of course, Bind Spectre. And this is going to be on here. Captures the spirit of a defeated monster, allowing you to summon it as a minion. Basically, when you kill an enemy, you could bring it back up to fight for you. So the team has been going through and just scouring tons of trailers and gameplay and anything that's been released, trying to see as many enemies as humanly possible to see what we think might work for Spectre. And of course, yeah, like, will it actually work? Will it do damage? Again, this is all just hypotheticals. But the one that we have found that we think might be fun is the crab. Yes, this is kind of like a crab walking enemy, and it shoots out like a flamethrower fire beam. It looks absolutely crazy. So we're trying to get our fire crab, our grim crab, maybe as a bind spectre. But again, who knows? There's just going to be one of a trillion things we need to test. So anyways, I guess this is a one-take video. We did that all in one shot. Path of Exile 2 launching in 1 day, 23 hours at time of recording. All of the ascendancies are out, and that is the plan. We're going to be going in Infernalist, Witch, Fire, Necro for POE 2, which week kicks off on Friday. Today, Town Portal Podcast with me and Frosty LaRue is back. Now that the subathon is over, we are back to our podcast, and huge shout out to Darth Microtransaction that's going to be entering the Town Portal tonight. It should be a whole lot of fun, and that'll be on my Twitch, Aaron Action RPG. So I'm done. Please like, share, and subscribe if you think I have earned it. Check out the Discord. Best way to support is the Patreon. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.